Hello everyone, welcome to Facebook Live in the Hive. Definitely leave a comment when you join today. Just say hello. Let me know that you are out there watching. Today is all about stamp room organization, and I have been coming to you live since the beginning of last week. And so today we're going to be organizing, maybe I'll have you guess. So if you would like to guess what we're gonna do today, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for being here. Hopefully those comments will start popping in real soon. There we go. Hello, hello. Greetings from rainy Netherlands. We had rain last night and some this morning, but now the sun is out. Hi, Peggy. How are you? Welcome, everyone. So I would love for you to guess what part of the stamp room we're going to organize today. It's a very simple one. It's something that everyone will be able to do. Hi, Anita. How are you today? I almost said tonight. So I will be here the rest of the week at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So we'll be organizing a different area of my stamp room for the rest of this week. All right, well, we'll get started in just about another minute. Again, go ahead and guess. What do you think we're gonna be doing today? It's a super easy one. Honestly, you only need two things. And of course, the first thing is a label machine. So whatever label machine you have at home is great. So Peggy says paper or DSP, which is designer series paper. That's coming, Peggy. I feel like when we do the designer series paper, we're gonna be working on it a couple of days. So anyway, it will be coming, I promise you that. I haven't even decided what we will do tomorrow, but I kind of have an idea. Also, while we're waiting for some folks to join us, my In Color product share box is going to launch tomorrow. Now, Peggy always purchases my share box. It includes cardstock bases, embellishments, tons of free gifts, a free paper crafting class, designer paper, two-tone cardstock this year. So a lot of goodies are in it, and I'm gonna be sharing those goodies with you tomorrow. Hi, Margaret. Oh, you'll have to come back and watch the replay, Margaret. So let me just show you the end colors real quick, and then we're gonna get started on organizing our Stampin Blends, okay? So today is Stampin Blends. You definitely want a label machine for this. And there's even a Stampin storage unit that you can use to organize your Stampin Blends. Hi, Bess, how are you? Hello, Anne. All right, so tomorrow we are going to launch our In Color share box. So I'm super excited to get this information out to you. I am actually going to show you the new In Colors here. I'm doing a terrible job of gathering these colors. Hang on. Let's see if I can do this any better. All right. So I've really fallen in love with the In Colors. Here they are. So this one is Strawberry Slush. And this one is Timid Tiger. And Darling Duckling. Secret Sea. And Cloud Cover. And as part of one of the free gifts in my annual share box, you'll receive a paint chart. Let me turn it this way. There you go. We've got all 5 new In Colors right here. And you do get one of these paint charts that will be inside of your share box. So lots of freebies. Look for that tomorrow. We'll spend a few minutes on it tomorrow afternoon, and I can share with you everything that's in it, okay? So yeah, this is just one of, this is an online exclusive that will launch next month. Isn't it beautiful? Such a pretty set. It's got a hybrid embossing folder, so I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. All right, yeah, so today we're going to be organizing our Stampin' Blends. And I shared with you last week how I organized my ink pads. And let me see if I can just zoom in on this. Let's see how well that does. I might have to move the iPad just a little bit. All right, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. Okay. And so last week we talked about ink pad organization. If you need that video, let me know. With my Stampin' storage unit, I can actually add my blends next to my ink pad, then my ink refill, and then my Stampin' Write marker. And so that's how mine are organized, but I went through my in color boxes that are in my storage area, and I found some more Stampin' Blends. So we're actually gonna organize our retired in colors Stampin' Blends, as well as other retired colors, okay? Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you is how I label my blends. And by the way, I didn't even introduce myself. So welcome to Facebook Live in the Hive. My name is Tammy Shaia, and I live in Richmond, Virginia. And I'm happy that you're here. I recently moved into a new home. And so that means I also moved in to a new stamp room. And I'm in the process of unpacking and organizing it. And you all are helping me get it all done, okay? So I am going to start with one of my favorite label machines. And that is my P-Touch label machine. And I have had mine for quite some time, probably 10 or 12 years. And so I'm sure there's a newer one on the market. I just have the older one. And then you're also going to notice that I'm going to be using the 1/4 inch wide tape. You're gonna see how I organize my Stampin' Blends, just like this. I do the light pineapple punch, and then I do dark as well. So I have both the light and the dark labeled. So again, I went through my old in colors today and decided that I am going to actually be putting them on a shelf, okay? So I'm gonna show you how I label first, and then we can get started. All right, so I always type the word, so it'll be light pineapple. Let's see what the next word is. Whoops, I gotta spell it right. Pineapple punch. Okay, and then I hit print, which is what I'm doing right now. I'll tell you my other settings in just a second. So with this light pineapple punch label, it looks very different than the current label that I'm using. So my P-Touch machine has 2 fonts, and one is F1 and the other is F2. And I usually use the one on F2. So I'm gonna switch it over. It's called Bohemia, something like that. But it's F2 on my particular P-Touch. And when it comes to size, let me look here. As far as size, I think it's going to be large, and I'll go ahead now and print this. I'm sorry, Anne, that the closed caption is not working. I'm not sure why, but I know it will work once I put this video on YouTube. All right, let's print again. And we'll see how this one turns out. You can see it come out of the back of the machine. If you need a recommendation for a label machine, I can actually give you some of those as well. So now when we look at the label on the marker, they are exactly the same, okay? So mine is F2, which I believe is called, let me see what it's called. Wrong thing. F1 is Helsinki, and F2 is Bohemia. And so that's the one I'm using, and it's actually size large, okay? So there we go. All right. So what I've decided to do is, in organizing my Stampin' Blends, is to actually use a unit from Stampin' Storage. And Stampin' Up also makes a blends unit, so I'm going to share both of those with you. So if we head over to Stampin' Storage, you're going to want to hit Shop. And then you're actually going to go down to Marker, Chalk, and Paint Storage. So I'm going to click that on. And then all different types of marker storage is going to come up. And you'll want to find the one, if you're a Stampin' Up person and have Stampin' Up Stampin' Blends, you'll want to choose this one. All right, let's see, full product info. Let's see if I can get you some more pictures. There you go. So this is the unit that I have, and I actually have it in the white, not the natural. And I have the standard because mine was built into my new cabinets. If you have the IKEA Kallax shelving, you'll want to click that one. So let's look at some different pictures. This is in the Kallax shelving right here. And here is a close-up of the markers. And these are actually the measurements for it too. All right, and I'm gonna go to, I know that's, product dimensions not found. Okay, I was actually looking for the number of markers it will hold. I can certainly count. Here we go. The Stampin' Blends marker holder holds 60 sets of Stampin' Blend markers. So that's actually 120 markers, okay? So that's the Stampin' Blends storage. I'm gonna share it with you after today's broadcast. Now we're gonna go over to, let's go to Stampin' Up. All right. All righty, and I'm gonna get us on the page for storage, and then I'll show y'all. Of course, I have to spell storage correctly first. Let me know if y'all have any questions. This right here is the Stampin' Blends storage. So when I am working on a project, I like to have all my colors with me. I like to have the ink pad I'm working with, the Stampin' Write marker, the ink refill, and the Stampin' Blends. So I find this unit to be wonderful when I am working on a particular project, and it can sit on my countertop. And let's see what this one holds. It has 5 white plastic craft trays. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're gonna get 3 sets of Stampin' Blends, or you're gonna get 6 blends on one shelf. And you get 5 of these, so this would hold 30 Stampin' Blends. And you can always ask, always order more and stack them on top of each other. So, in answering your question, does Stampin' Storage deliver to the Netherlands? I am not sure. I wish I knew, but I'm not sure about that. I'll also leave you the link after the broadcast for our Stampin' Blends trays, okay? They're equally both just as nice. And I like to have different kinds of organization anyway. Okay, while I'm thinking about it, Stampin' Storage is offering free shipping today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So this is an excellent time to pick up some new product because it's free shipping. All right. Okay. Let's see. So what I've done is I have gone through my my in color Stampin' Blends. Okay. And I've decided that I want to organize them and have them out so that I can see all of them instead of in a container with the other in color product, okay? So from what I can tell, the earliest that we introduced Stampin' Blends was 2018, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to organize them in my brand new unit. And I'm going to tilt my camera down and I am going to zoom in. There we go. You're going to already notice that I have Boho Blue and Wild Wheat, Copper Clay, Moody Mauve, and Pebbled Path already in the organizer. So since these are retired, I want all my retired in colors together and towards the bottom here. And I'm actually going by years. So this is the most recent Stampin' Blends that are retiring, okay? So now we're gonna work with 2018 to 20. We've got Pineapple Punch, Lovely Lipstick, and Call Me Clover. Now, if you remember, when our Stampin' Blends were first introduced, Stampin' Up only had a few of the colors. And so we didn't have Stampin' Blends for all 5 of the end colors. All right, so I'm starting with these. These are from 2008, and what I'm going to do is I am going to work my way up to 2025, okay? All right, so the next one is 2019 to 2021, Light Purple Posy, Rococo Rose, and Seaside Spray, okay? So I don't know how many of y'all remember the end colors, but hopefully I am getting them all straight here. All right, so what we're gonna do is I put the light in before the dark, okay? So light, dark, and then we're gonna go over here and put the Rococo Rose, and then we're going to do Seaside Spray. So as you can see, I'm organizing them by years. If you don't have the Stampin' Blend unit, you can always use our Stampin' Blends that Stampin' Up provides because they're really nice as well. All right, our next one is 2020 to 2022. And we have Magenta Madness, Just Jade, and Cinnamon Cider. So how many of y'all remember Cinnamon Cider? That was such a great brown. So I am just putting these in here. Let's go ahead, we'll do the Jade next. And as you can tell, this adds so much color to your room just by having them on display. Our next one is right here, and as you can tell, Stampin' Up at this point is starting to add all 5 colors to the color palette. Now the end colors here are 2021 to 2023. And we've got Evening Evergreen, and we've got Soft Succulent, and then Pale Papaya. So sorry about that, I forgot to switch my camera over, and Polished Pink. So there we are, more beautiful color. All right. Now, our last set of end colors that I have found in my inventory, 2022 to 2024. And again, at this point, Stampin' Up! Is already starting to add all the different, all 5 colors to our palette. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. This is going to be, let's do Orchid Oasis. And I'm gonna switch around one more time. Let's put the light in front of the dark. Then we have Starry Sky. And then we have Sweet Sorbet. Haha, it looks like I may need to move up by one. Parakeet Party. That's gonna go right there. I still have one more set of blends. So what I'm gonna do is, since I have one more set, I'm gonna move these end colors over. Just like this. So I can get that last set in here. Boy, this makes such a difference in your room when you put all of this color out. It's amazing. All right, so there you have it. We've got our end colors all done. All right, well, a few other things to share with you, and that is sometimes I have extra sets. So here are, I think this is Just Jade, and this one is Polished Pink. So what you may notice is I've created labels and they are inside the package with the markers. The reason I do this, just in case a customer should need a particular set of markers, and if I have it in my inventory, I keep it in a bag. That tells me I have not used these markers at all and I am able to sell them, okay? So that's why you're seeing those. These will actually, I'll probably put them in a drawer. It'll be a little hard to store these in the plastic in the Stampin' Blend container. Okay, and that brings me to retired colors, okay? So we've got retired colors here. We've got one soft suede, rich razzleberry, Bermuda Bay, mango melody, pink pirouette. We've got mint macaron and light so saffron. So this is what's left of my markers that are retired, and I'm now going to add them to my blends as well. All right, and I think what I'll do here is I'm gonna go up to here. I might even make myself a little sign there. I haven't decided yet, but well, let's see. We'll go ahead and we'll just put it right there. And I actually want to start with my lightest color. So let's start with So Saffron right there. Okay, it's So Saffron. And you know what? I'm going to do the pink pirouette first. All right. Let me know if y'all have any questions. And then we're going to add mint macaron. Okay, this is really starting to look pretty. And let's add Bermuda Bay, our next two colors. And mango. Make sure I've got the light on the left side and the dark on the right. And then I've got rich razzleberry. And I have one light suede, soft suede. All right. So right here are my retired blends. And I would imagine over the next few years, that part will fill up as well. All right. Does anyone have any questions? I'm going to zoom out and then we're going to talk about current colors. All right. Because we've got to get those organized as well. And I have quite a few of them. Okay. So one thing that I want to get organized are my skin tones, okay? The skin tone colors. So, again, I'm going to put the color lifter with my skin tones, and I'm going to put my skin tones at the bottom of the Stampin' Blend, okay? All right, let's see here. So let's get these organized. We've got 900, that's 500, 700. So here you can see I'm getting these in the correct numerical order. And let's see, that's 1,000 there. And of course we need the color lifter. I am just looking through my retired. There's ivory, so that's one that I'm gonna wanna add to that area as well. All right. And here is a bronze, and it's in clear packaging. So that tells me it's never been used. And if I have a customer who needs it, I have one in inventory that I can sell, okay? So I do keep those separate. I'm just looking through here. Here is an ivory that also is in a clear bag as well. All right. And, oh, here's 100. Found that one. And let me see if there are any more, any of those skin tones. Okay, I think we might have it. So what I would like to do here is to show you my other Stampin' Blend organizer, okay? I'm gonna move my camera some, and let's see here. I wanna be sure that you can see it. It's right here. So let's move this way, and I'm gonna go close up. I'm probably gonna have to bring the camera down some so that you can see it, okay? So let's start with skin tones, and let's start with 1,000, all right? And we're gonna put it here at the very bottom, and I am going to store these numerically, okay? So 700 and 800 right here. And then we'll do 500 and 600 right here. And 300 and 400. I have found labeling the markers is an excellent thing to do, because when you label them, you can see them a lot better than the print that is on the marker. And plus, it helps identify that it's your marker. All right. So here are my skin tones, keeping those at the bottom. I am going to add ivory over here, and I'm gonna add a color lifter over here. So the two bottom rows are going to be my skin tones and that sort of thing. And I'm just thinking, I'm pretty sure I had a bronze. Here it is. I did have a bronze right here. So let's put the bronze in there as well, all right? Okay, so are the skin tones still for sale? I've never heard of them. I believe they are. I don't have a catalog in front of me, but I'm pretty positive they are. And they're labeled numerically, okay? And I might be able to find that for you. Hang on one second. That is such a good question. All right, so I would probably need, okay, so I can't find it that way. Hang on one second. Let's do another search here. All right, sorry about that. I've got my computer in one area, so it's making me lean over. Here we go. All right, we still have a color lifter. And then all the blends are usually listed. I'm looking, if someone else can answer that question, that would be awesome. I know we have some demonstrators watching, but, well, you know, that's funny because I don't see them. Are we not selling those anymore? Unfortunately, I am not able to get to my catalog. So, gosh, really good question. Y'all will have to look for me. Okay. But if we don't carry them now, we used to carry them. And so that's why I'm finding, you know, make sure I have enough storage for them as well. Okay, gosh, y'all, I have so many. The next ones I am going to do are it looks like I've got Petal Pink. So I'm going to get rid of those two. All right, so Petal Pink. Let's see. Petal Pink. Maybe they were available only for a certain amount of time. I don't know why I thought we still had them. That's crazy. All right, I am looking. Oh, here's a Petal Pink right here. Okay, so again, these are current markers. Maybe I need to move my skin tones over to the retired one, right? Okay, yeah, ask your team leader. Gosh, I am gonna go straight to my catalog when I'm done. I really should have it over here. I am finding markers that need organizing, and I want to do them like I organize the ink pads the same way. So I've got Petal Pink, I've got Calypso Coral. Yes, I do own additional marker sets sometimes. I found Granny Apple Green and Old Olive. Again, they have not been used. I did create labels for them, but if a customer needs them, I know I can sell these because they haven't been touched. All right, so let me see what else we've got. I see a lot of daffodils. All right. Okay, so I think we can go with daffodil next. That's gonna be our latest one. So I have a light and a dark and a light. And check this out. I have a pack not open, so I will not open that. Now we're going to, here's a dark Calypso Coral. Hang tight. Let's do this. All right, we have a dark Calypso Coral there. And sometimes, you know, my light marker may dry out faster than the dark. And then I just toss the light one. So, and use the dark one. All right, so I think we can do Granny Apple Green. Well, here's a pool party, dark pool party right here. So I think I'm gonna do it like that. So if I ever reorder, I can put the other one there right next to it. Okay, I have two dark Granny Apple Greens. I am just gonna add those like that. Leave a space open for the other one. Let's see what else. Now we're getting into Poppy Parade. And actually, I am gonna move my Poppy over here. All right, so I have light and dark. Maybe I'll put it here. I know I have enough space right now that I can actually skip some spaces. So, you know, not too worried about that. So I think what I would recommend when organizing your Stampin' Blends, gather all of them first. Don't just grab a couple. Get all of them out so that you can organize them either by Roy G. Bibb or, you know, per Stampin' Up. But that's the first thing that you really should do. So I've got a dark cherry cobbler here, and then I've got a light real red, and I have two dark Old Olives, so I will put those there and there. And you know, I may change my mind today. I'm doing this. I may go back and fill in some of these holes. I don't know. All right, so we've got Pretty Peacock, and if I'm correct, let's see, I've got a light and a dark. That will go right there next to Shaded Spruce. Ooh, I forgot about Highland Heather. So Highland Heather, I'm gonna put right here, okay? Because that's right after Pool Party, and it's one of our subtle colors. Okay, So yeah, whenever my blends come in, I get my labeling machine out and label everything first, you know, before putting them away. I have a lot of basic black here. All right, got Smoky Slate. I've got Crumb Cake. Excuse me 1 minute. I had some markers over here. Okay, Crumb Cake. Also, you may just want to test your markers. I do that as well. I'll go through and test them and just kind of scribble on cardstock to make sure that it is working, because if it's dry, it needs to go in the trash. I do not need to keep it, right? Okay, so now we've got, let's do Misty Moonlight. I'll put that one right there. And is that Misty Moonlight too? No, that was black. They look just like Misty Moonlight. Okay, so my light and my dark, and then I'm going to do Crumb Cake. And it looks like I have 3 dark crumb cakes. So, and I have 1 light. So let's just start a new row here. Okay, so all our crumb cakes are together. And then we'll do Smoky Slate. And the rest are gonna be black. So, anybody have questions for me? Can you think of anything? Any burning question? I will be back tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. And we will be organizing another part of the stamp room. I have some ideas, but I haven't solely committed yet. So, okay, dark right here. And I found the ivory again, so another ivory can go right down there. That additional ivory right there. All right. Oh my gosh, Bess, thank you. The natural tone blends were available in January and February of 2022. And why did I even think they were still in the catalog? I'm sorry about that. All right, okay. So Mary Kay says they are still offered in a deep, a medium deep, medium light, and light combo packs. Thank you. So it looks like they probably changed the numbers maybe. That was kind of hard for me to find in the online store. So thanks for that information. That is awesome. All right. Any other questions that you all can think of? Okay, so tomorrow I'll be back at 3 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be organizing another part of the stamp room. I'm really glad we've gotten the blends done because it is really starting to add a lot of color to the room. So really happy to see that. You're gonna also notice up top that I am starting to decorate a little bit. So you'll see some little goodies that I have up at the very, very top. So, and I'm starting to fill up even those top cabinets. So anyway, it's getting super exciting because things are starting to empty out and I've gotten rid of some boxes, which is amazing. All right, everyone, tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, we'll do some organizing, and then I'm going to share with you the In Color Share Box. I cannot wait, and I want you to be here for that because the colors are amazing this year. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Take care. Bye.